Hello, beautiful humans. I am so excited for this conversation today. So today you are getting to meet the one and only Hannah. So Hannah has been a longtime client, honestly, a huge piece of my heart. And we're going to talk about, her experience through the Thriving Coach Blueprint, but not just that, what she's created from this, what she has put together for herself, future generations in her family and for her clients, of course. So Hannah, I am so excited to be doing this with you. Tell us a little bit about you, who you are, what you stand for, and we will dig into this.
Hi. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to be here. I have loved getting to meet Candice and just getting to know her over the past 10 plus months, but I'll get to that in a second. But, basically, a little bit about me. I am a dog mom. I've got a little Irish doodle over here napping. If you hear random noises, it's probably him. It's not me, I promise. It's him. His name is Weston. I love dancing for fun. I'm a journaler and I live in Atlanta, Georgia. And so, career wise, I call myself a faith fueled business coach. I'm a certified licensed success coach, serial entrepreneur, got started in network marketing, ended up, starting my own coaching business. Definitely been a ride, but yeah, that's me. That's me.
And I love you.
I love
That's
you.
I have to say for a minute, I love that you have been able to embrace that whole journey, right? Because I know myself, I can relate. I've been in this space a really long time, but a lot of those watching and listening right now, depending where they're listening or watching from, have probably been in a similar situation or thought about that, right? So this is going to be a ton of fun. We have a lot of ground to cover. Hannah and I have been together. It's almost been a year.
It's been a year.
Oh my
Yeah, it's
gosh.
been a while. Actually, I think it has been a year. It's been maybe it was April of
I
last year.
think it was April. We're coming up there. Yeah, it's so cool. And, it's been such a journey. So let's kind of just take some seasons, let's say. So talk to me a little bit pre-mentorship, where Hannah was at, going from network marketing into, just you knew there was more. Take us through that a little bit.
Oh my gosh. So, like I said, I got started in network marketing and I loved it. In network marketing, I realized I basically fell in love with sales. I loved the adrenaline rush I got with
Mhm.
every time I made a sale, no matter how big or small. I loved mentoring my team. I loved leadership. I loved all of that. But during that time, I realized I knew I wanted to somehow go bigger, like do more, like more than just my network marketing team. I just wasn't really sure how to do it. So ultimately what I ended up doing was I ended up starting a network marketing coaching business. And so I taught people how to basically brand themselves as a network marketer. And I started with a group program. I went straight for a group program. I didn't start with like one-on-one or anything like that. And I quickly realized something was missing. I didn't exactly know what, I didn't know how. I eventually ended up getting certified in life and success coaching, ended up, it's just been a roller coaster. I wasn't really sure how to involve that in my coaching. And when I met Candice, I had just relaunched my coaching program again, and I saw some success, but it wasn't the kind of success I wanted. I was doing a group coaching program, which I really burnt myself out with the launch. If I'm being totally honest, I realized that I hate launching more than anything in the world. Like, literally, get rid of that word. Cannot stand it. And Candice even knows not to use that word.
We have our own vocabulary.
It's not for me. So like literally I would just, yeah, anyways, after the launches, because I just burnt myself out so much, like going live, posting every day, talking to people all the time, like, and still barely like reaping the benefits from it, because I had like super long extended payment plans, and it was a group program, and like even my clients, like while my clients were getting the results, they weren't the kind of results that I wanted them to get. And
Right.
so I really found myself also at this time, because I had only done group coaching, I knew I wanted to create one-on-one coaching. I wanted to really challenge myself and also go deeper with the clients that I had. So that's actually when I found Candice, and she ended up helping me create my one-on-one coaching program. And I basically went from creating 2K, from my coaching program, but basically
Mm-hmm.
every single month, to 10K months in 3 months. And that was incredible. It changed my life. However, I slowly began to burn out again, because while I wasn't consistently launching, that energy I was basically on calls all the time. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So while I was making like good money, I was on calls all the time. I was really stressed out. I totally lost my passion for creating, and I did not like that. And again, I knew something was off and I didn't know what. And I had basically come to Candice and I was like, Candice, like something's going on. I'm not sure what. I don't even know if I want to coach anymore. I went through like so much, like huge roller coaster. And yeah, like does that answer the question? I feel like I just
Love it.
so many seasons.
And that's just it. Can we just take a minute to acknowledge that, you owned what you wanted to do. You knew that there was more. You committed to it, right? We began mentoring together. Then you re-signed. We continued to mentor together because you knew, okay, 10K months is amazing, but what can I do about these energy leaks? What can I do about the time freedom that I actually wanted, which is why I was here in the first place, which, a lot of you watching can also probably relate to, is the fact, like, if you're a coach right now that's making money, the idea of doubling your money, doubling your monthly income is probably really intimidating, because that involves more of you, right? We're made to believe in the coaching space that for us to make money, it involves a lot of us. And now we can get to the point where we get to share that that's not the case. There is a new reality. And, as long as you're willing to be coached just as much as be the leader for, in your own business. And as long as you're willing to commit to your soul mission, which is what I call it, anything is possible. So, I remember this conversation so clearly. And I remember you saying, and I can remember feeling it. We talked numerous times, over a course of a couple weeks there to kind of figure this out and navigate this together. But I remember asking you what would bring excitement back into your life and your business. And ultimately, that's what I believe is the driver for everything, right? If we don't feel good about what we're doing, and it's not to say that you don't enjoy your clients or your calls. I've been in the same boat, right? But it's when you wake up, you want to be able to have the space to take care of your energy so you can be the best mentor and leader. You want to be able to go fill your cup up so that you're available at a higher quality for those that you're leading, right? And you want to stand behind your mission strongly, not defeated. And what we ended up getting together and creating was, we ended up taking Hannah through the Thrive and Coach Blueprint experience, let's call it, and crafting something much like it for herself in its own special container, for those looking to build, that faith-fueled coaching business themselves. So let's talk a little bit about the shifts that you've experienced. And obviously, I know everyone's waiting to hear about how you excelled past those 10K months without working more. So let's talk about that season now.
Okay, so I just a minute ago, I almost just went through all the seasons of my entire life. So I'm
I reeled you in. I got you.
but okay, basically, like I mentioned, I was hitting 10K months consistently, but and while Candice said, like, I loved my clients, like, and if you're watching this and you were a client of mine during that season, please know, like, I absolutely love you. You are my family, and that never changed. What was going on was I was burning myself out so much that I felt like I couldn't show up anymore. Like, as much as I could, I did the best that I could.
Yep.
Um, but I knew there was more. There was more for me and there was more for my clients. And I think when I started realizing, that's why, actually, sorry, I'm like all over the place, but that's why, I was wondering if I even needed to coach anymore, because it wasn't that I didn't like coaching. It was that I felt like I wasn't able to really pour into them like I wanted.
Right.
I was dealing with I mean, it was just a lot. And if you're a coach, like,
Yeah.
like it's a lot because you really pour into your clients and you want them to have that really deep transformation, not just like getting the results on paper, but a really deep connection and transformation. And for me, that was really important. And so when I came to Candice, I was burnt out. I was exhausted. I literally didn't want to post on social media ever. I felt a lack of creativity. I was not motivated. I didn't want to show up because I didn't want any more clients,
Mm-hmm. I
and
remember this conversation.
I just didn't
Yeah.
want any more because I just didn't even know if that's what I wanted. I felt like, I mean, it was just all over the place and I was so lost. I was sad and I was like, why? And it's so funny because we think like we need this X amount of money like to be happy. When I was making 10K months and like while things seemed great, like something was going on inside and I just wasn't able to show up. So basically, when we went through the Thriving Coach Blueprint, we transformed my whole business model. And so we increased the amount of basically like money like I would be charging for clients, but also we basically created a program that would be worth that and more,
Yeah.
which is so important. But we created it in a way to get my clients really fast results. So
Yes.
not only is it, helping me be able to kind of step back, which I'll talk about that in a second, but me be able to step back on things and really pour into them without me burning out, which is
Mm-hmm.
key, because how in my brain, I was like, how do I pour into my clients without burning out and still make the money that I needed to make? I felt
Right.
like there was no way to do it, and so that's why I didn't want to coach anymore. And oh, I feel like, hold on. Anyway,
I want
I,
to take a quick minute. I just want to make sure this point is made because a lot of you are probably going to be feeling the same way. There's something really special you have to know about Hannah. All of us coaches, if we're coaching in the right way, we're coaching from our hearts. And that's a really sensitive place to be coaching from. And I can speak to what Hannah is saying with volume. And I believe that's what's, made us such a soulmate pair here, because she has such a drive to make sure that her clients are getting the results. And if we're in Voxer, 9 times out of 10, it's around the subject of her clients getting results, right? And I want you to know she goes to lengths for her clients. But I also want to stress one thing too, which was a huge pivotal moment for Hannah, which she may not kind of realize to bring it up here. So I want to make sure I do. And you can say whatever you'd like on it after, because I remember having that conversation of reminding you that you are a powerful leader and that everything that you have in your program, especially in your new fast track series, right, to really get these women into a state to be able to have their own, faith fueled, thriving online business, right, that feels aligned with them. They had everything they needed and it didn't lie on you. And we put this pressure on ourselves. And that's kind of what Hannah was getting to there with, if you're a coach, that pressure that you feel because you want to see people evolve and transform and just radical change, not just, money or weight loss or whatever it is that you're coaching. It's always so much deeper from the mentor's point of view. But I want to remind everybody, especially Hannah, everything that you're creating, as long as you're doing it with intention and obviously the right mentor, it's done intentionally to get that person results as long as they commit to.
no, that's so true. And I'm glad that you mentioned that. And just something I want to mention here too is, like Candice said, half the time if we're in Voxer, it's literally about my clients. It's not even about me. It's really funny. But it's literally like every single time, like I've reinvested with Candice, like that first time I invested was of course like for my business, but every time after that, it's not about me. I know it's to pave the way for my clients and to create that ripple effect, because I know that ultimately if I invest in myself and I have a mentor to help guide me, like I know that I am able to show up that much more powerfully for my clients. And for me, in my mind, if I don't invest in myself, if I'm not consistently like leveling up, if I don't have like someone like Candice in my back pocket, that ultimately it's like I'm actually doing my clients a disservice. And
Mhm.
so for me, I've had to really shift my mind around that, just because it is hard. It's hard to invest. It's scary. It's really scary, especially like to reinvest over and over. But it's not even about hand holding. It's not even about accountability. It's truly about the transformation that happens when that happens. And that's just a point I wanted to make. And I wanted to get across that, my clients, they mean the world to me. And if you are watching this, then your clients probably mean the world to you, or your future clients
Mhm.
probably mean the world to you. And so I just want you to know that, for one, like me and Candice both, we truly understand this deep feeling of, well, for one, I don't know about you, Candice, but for a long time I really felt imposter syndrome and really feeling
Mhm.
like, I wasn't good enough to coach, or maybe I needed to step back because it's just lots of stuff goes through your mind. Okay, lots of lies. Okay,
Lots of lies. Let's
lots
pinpoint
of
that.
lies,
Yeah.
but that's not the truth. And I truly believe, like, if like on your heart, like you really want to mentor, then you are meant to be a coach, and you are meant to be a mentor, and you are meant to actually overcome, these pitfalls and these self-sabotaging tendencies. You're meant to do that, and you're meant to stand up, and you're meant to be a leader for, the people that really align with you. I have no idea where I was going with any of that, but I felt like I needed to share.
I think that it's important for those listening and watching to hear that, because, and let's go there, because investing is so scary. And so I've been an entrepreneur for it'll be 10 years in July. And I have had so many moments of like, what in the world am I doing? Who am I to be doing this? All of the thoughts, right? And as a mentor myself, if I didn't have mentors, I would probably fall off, right? Or it would take me longer to get back up on my feet, get that spark back, check in with what's making me excited in my business right now. Honestly, I think excitement speaks volumes, to us as entrepreneurs, right? That energy behind the excitement. But also, it makes it easier for me to be in a position, when Hannah or, any of our clients reach out and they're in those situations, because let me tell you, we all have them. It's so much easier for me to say, hold on for a second. Let's just speak together for a minute. Let's take a breath. Let's remember what we're doing, who we're doing this with, and who we're doing this for. Because if you're riding that journey alone, and I know Hannah, you can probably speak to this too. I don't know where I would be had I tried to do that alone.
Oh yeah, like I feel like even just thinking, let's just put it this way, there is no way I would have hit 10K months alone, because I would have gotten so in my head.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not even about the capability, because I truly believe that, you know, if you're on here and you're watching this, you can totally do this, and you can do
Yes.
it. Like, you can do it without a mentor. You can.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, like, listen, like if I'm just really glad that I continue to reinvest, because all the mindset blocks that come up and all of the negative self-talk that continues to come up, and every single time you hit a new level, it comes up again, and it comes up even stronger. So if you
Mm-hmm.
have someone like by your side, like, I feel like I'm gonna cry, like if you don't have someone like that has been there, that understands, like, you are gonna find yourself falling and falling really hard. And even though, like, I feel like I've recently kind of like gone through one of those moments right now, it's just it's just so much better. I'm just so grateful. Like, I just want to put that out there, because being an entrepreneur, it has its moments.
Mm-hmm.
It's so many incredible things, and it's so incredible to be a coach, but just because it's incredible, like, doesn't mean you're not going to have these doubts about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
um, but it's not even about you, it's about the people that you're impacting. And so ultimately, at the end of the day, like, I just want to throw this out there. If you're watching this, I'm assuming you're probably interested in investing, in some way, shape, or form.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is that you have to shift the perspective of the investment being about you, because it's not about you, it's about the ripple effect you're creating for the rest of the
Mm-hmm.
world. So don't hold the rest of the world back because you're doubting yourself.
Yep.
So just put it out there.
What a perfect note to leave that subject on. That's just it, right? And I think too, when we're willing to look past, okay, what am I feeling right now? Just because, our brain will keep you safe. And, if you're not willing to be, rebellious or just a true fighter for your soul mission, which is again, what I call, anything you're feeling called to do in whatever area of your life you're looking to do that, right? This isn't even just business. This is everything, right? Are you aligned? Does it feel exciting to do it? Right? Okay, good. Go do it. Right? The nerves will go. You'll go, it'll figure it out, right? But to be able to create the impact that you want in a timely manner, right, is the best route to go. And your story just speaks volumes to that over the course of the last year, just how much things have evolved. So let's talk a little bit about what's shifted. Let's say the last 60 days, right? Income wise, home wise, your living situation has completely changed, your freedom. I want to hear a little bit about all that.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I don't even know where to start. So much really has shifted. So also I just went on a tangent. So I apologize about that. If you're like, can you just get to the point? Sorry.
I'm loving it. So you're good.
But basically for me, like I said, I was consistently making roughly 10K months, sometimes more, sometimes a little less, but basically only 10K months. And I was tired all the time. I was getting angry. I was snapping at friends. It was just not a good thing. But ultimately in the last 60 days, well, I am currently living in the city of Atlanta, which I actually moved out of my parents' house because one of those seasons of my life, I was not financially stable for myself. And I'm so grateful for my parents that I was able to be with them while I was, figuring it out. But it's true, but
Yeah.
I was figuring it out. And, now I was able to totally move myself out. I have my sweet, sweet puppy here down here living with me. I live alone in a beautiful 2-bedroom apartment with a full office. And it's the most incredible thing. I'm working maybe 2-3 hours a day, Monday through Friday. Sometimes on weekends, really just depends. Like if I have like a queen immersion day or a VIP day, as Candice would call it. But
Yep.
I'm working less. I'm able to pour into my clients more because I'm able to go deeper with them because I have more time. And I'm not on weekly calls all the time. Yet my clients are still getting, better results than they were before. And it's just been crazy, and I actually feel more creative than I was because I'm not expending so much energy like I did. I'm able to have the freedom to go to the chiropractor in the middle of the day, which by the way, like I'm actually also working on my health right now, so I'm able to
Right.
put money like towards my health. I'm able to take the time I need to for my health. I'm able to take a Wednesday if I want and make it a personal care day and not freak out about, oh my gosh, well, where is this money coming from? Like I did,
Right.
it's been such an incredible thing. I'm paying off debt. Like things are really, really changing and shifting. And not just in my business, but in my personal life too, because it's affecting, the way I am around humans and the way I am around building relationships. I'm so much more confident with people. I have more time to actually go spend time with people. It's I don't even know again like where to even go from here. It's just made such an impact in my life. Just what's happened over the last 60 days. Like I said, I've been able to totally reduce the amount of hours I work. I don't get burnt out. I'm just enjoying life. Like, so,
which is the mission, right?
yeah.
So our mission with the Thriving Coach Blueprint, right? When I came to terms myself with, we need faster results, that we need to change the way coaches are operating. We need to change the way coaches are living. Our value behind that was, let's create a high quality business model that delivers high quality results and delivers a high quality life for the mentors, right? Which becomes a ripple effect. I know myself, right? When I went from burnout to thriving, I was a better wife, a better mama, a better mentor, a better sister, a better friend, right? All the things Hannah's saying. But I want to touch for a minute on the fact, because you said this, and let's talk about this quick, because at the beginning of the interview here, you said how you were, and Hannah's going to laugh at me here, you were giving gracious payment plans is what I'm going to call it.
You were gonna bring this up. I knew you were gonna.
Okay, so our girl here was, again, because she just feels and operates from her heart and she wants the results for you. But what was happening, and again, this happens in the coaching space when we're operating business by herself. And at the time Hannah was, and there was, extended payment plans happening with her first mentorship, and, people allowed to pay for a very extended amount of time. And I know any of you watching, you've done this or you're doing this, and it's fine. But I want you to listen in for a minute, because there's a really valuable lesson here to be made. And this is, I believe, truthfully, an area of the coaching space that needs to be woken up, because Hannah has said now twice, she's working a fraction of the hours. She has absolute soul aligned clients, and she's delivering much more powerful results, and has the confidence behind the results she's delivering to them and the time she is able to give to them, while still being the dog mama, taking care of her dream apartment, walking the dog, taking care of her health, going to the chiropractor, having personal days. The girl just traveled for a photo shoot, like living her dream life. Okay. Because, and let's talk about this, the high quality model she put into place that she now helps clients put into place. The payments that are obviously increased, right? We did move to a more higher ticket sales because the energy behind money, which is all money is, right? We all, if you're watching this and you connect with either of us on a level, you probably already understand this. Money is a currency, which is energy that flows through us. Okay. And when we're willing to release that, we're also willing to say, hey, I'm available for more, and in such an aligned manner. And so Hannah is living proof of this. So if you're comfortable with it, let them know, your first month in changing this model and enhancing your life and the quality of results that you deliver, what was your income projected at?
Oh gosh. Well, within a week of switching over to this new model, I created a 20K week, which was crazy because I never even had a 20K month. With my month for that. Gosh, I don't even know. I don't look at my numbers.
I know, well, we know for a fact it was over, 20K while you were, enjoying yourself and, living and making choices, which I know, again, and we can maybe talk on that today or a different video too, but the money mindset that went on behind that, because again, as Hannah mentioned earlier, as you rise up, let's say, or as you evolve and you go into that next level of yourself, there's always a new barrier waiting, a new little comfort zone that you have to break, a new devil, some say, right? New level, new devil. And it's really important to have the support to be able to say, you're doing the right thing, or what you're doing, you're on path, right? Keep going. And in Hannah's case, making this type of money for herself, she got to have that permission of, what do you want to do every week? What do you want to do every day? Okay, now let's get that in our schedule, because that's how you become a powerful leader, right? And I have to say, Hannah, watching you step into this and do this for yourself, and just me obviously being on the other end, when I feel that energy right through you into me when we're chatting and going on about life and business, and it's been so beautiful to see that happen.
No, it was a game changer, and I swear, like, I still think about that week and I'm like, whoa. like out of nowhere. And I mean, it wasn't out of nowhere, but I really just want to say here, it really is all in the energy, and it's all how you present yourself. It's all about the passion. And, like I said, I was feeling really burnt out, and this particular model actually made me like come back alive again. Yep. And I think that's like, just, again, I think we, what's the word I'm looking for? We like really glorify like the strategy like you're looking for, or the exact like content blueprint or email funnel or whatever. And that is just, it's just not important. I'm just gonna put that on. It's just not important. And I was that person that, would click on YouTube videos about, how I plan my content and all of this and that. And here's the thing, it does not matter. None of that matters. All that matters is, your confidence level, your energy, the business model you have set in place, and really like the messaging you're putting across, which ultimately your messaging leads back to the energy that you have and the passion that you have, the intentionality that you have. And I think that major shift, for one, it made everything so much more simple. And I didn't have to sit here, because if you're watching this, you were probably one like me, and would always be like, okay, I got to have this in place, this in place, this in place, wanting to do all the things all at once, and really trying to get all of these systems organized and together. And you just don't have to do that. You can if you want, but you do not have to, at the end of the day. And just, I did not have a strategy in place the week I made 20K. And I just really want to, I did not have a strategy in place. I just went with this model, and I truly believed in it, and I showed up as my next level self. And for me, like, that was everything.
I love that. And we'll leave it on that note here soon, because I just want to also touch the fact that you committed to that next level version of you, and you've never gone backwards. And it doesn't matter what season we've gone through in the last 12 months, Hannah, you have never gone backwards. You have always been, stepping in and aligning yourself to that next level, and then doing the work to align yourself and stepping into that next level. And it's been so radical and so amazing to watch you transparently go through that. And on the note of the systems and the strategies, and oh my, don't even get me started on the email funnels or websites, but and again, it's just where you need to watch where you're taking advice in the online space as an online mentor or online coach or an aspiring coach, because here's two faces here telling you we don't do email funnels, we don't have this strategy or the sequences or any of that in place, because it's not important. What's important is the messaging and the marketing that you're getting out, the model that you have in place, which then feeds the confidence you have in your business, which feeds the excitement for how you show up. And I want to note, this is what I was getting to here, that week where Hannah pivoted and, she said no to burnout, and she committed to this new way of living, operating, and treating herself, and then obviously delivering to her clients. She showed up to her business with different energy. So it was more of, how can we be excited about this? Where is the excitement coming from? How can we share this excitement? What's changing for you? How can you share what's changing for you? She got to utilize her, we call it secret sauce, which is her, and you are your marketing. And when Hannah was feeling lit up and energized and excited, naturally that energy comes through her content and her messaging. So to me, when she was like, oh my gosh, I just had a 20K week, I'm like, of course you did. Of course you did. Right? Of course you did. So to me, this is a no-brainer, but I really want to stress that, because if right now you're a coach and and I remember doing this too, a few years back, like you spend all the time looking up the freebies or watching the videos or signing up to this mentorship or this course because they might have a strategy that's going to be supportive to you. At the end of the day, if you aren't confident in what you're delivering and how you're delivering it, and you aren't clear on the messaging that you're delivering to your audience, to your ideal client, your soulmate client, that's going to be really hard no matter what you try to do.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as you get aligned, right? That alignment is so important with the life that you're trying to live, versus the life that you're actually creating in reality.
Very true. I think little point I want to make here, for a really long time, I was really struggling, like staying like consistent, and I knew that was a problem. But ultimately, at the end of the day, like if you are not being consistent and you're not showing up, you need to ask yourself the question, why am I not being consistent? It's not just because you're not lazy. I'm not lazy, but I had this block around creating. I felt like I couldn't create. And so when you really get to the point of, okay, why am I not creating? It's not because you don't have time. It's not that at all. It's literally something is misaligned, and you have to get to the root of the problem. So as soon as you get to the root of the problem, you will show up and be excited and have that passion and have that energy. And ultimately, a lot of the time, I know for me, I've needed a mentor to help me get out of misalignment. Like, sure, like I could probably do it alone, but it would take a lot longer and a lot more stress. And who knows, like I probably would have fallen off. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. I'm really stubborn, so I don't know what I would have done ultimately. Yeah. So I'm just going to leave it at that.
Yes. And I think that's honestly an amazing note to leave it on, is the fact that, I feel blessed. I know you feel blessed to be able to not just have this as what we're living and breathing and doing, but to be able to guide others on this journey, especially for you in the sense, let's just recap, let's give us the name of your program, the mission behind it, and where people can go find you and follow you, which of course we'll have below here too.
So the name of my program is Faith Fueled Coach Academy, and it's all about helping women who are women of faith and they want to create a coaching business, but they don't know where or how to even make that happen. So basically, I help them create a coaching business from the ground up that is thriving, utilizing the Thriving Coach Blueprint that we have put in place for myself. They're not doing these extended payment plans like I did. They're not burning out like I did. Like they're creating a solid foundation from the beginning, as well as tackling like money mindset, being like a woman of faith, because I know that is huge. Like a lot of women in that area really struggle with that and really struggle with making lots of money, but we tackle that, and we tackle being what it looks like to be a leader and really show up. So that is the name of my program. That's the mission behind it. And what was the next thing?
What was the next thing? Where can we find you?
Oh, you can find me on Instagram. My handle is at Hannah Brindley. So Brindley sounds like friendly, but with B, but Brindley is my last name, Hannah Brindley.
I love that. I'm going to put that below. And for those of you that follow me, but not yet Hannah, we also have, Hannah has her own little highlight on my Instagram because again, this is a story that's really important. And, you know, she makes some really valuable points in that highlight, which is her speaking that we didn't even get to touch on here in this video. So if this is speaking to you, if you are, you know, really interested in more of Hannah's story, more of what she does, more of the behind the scenes of Hannah, go check out that highlight and go check out her Instagram. They're both also linked in that highlight, as well as they will be linked below here. But thank you, Hannah, so much for doing this. I feel like we have a lot of topics we should almost be coming back and doing some more of these, because there's so much on this beautiful journey, isn't there?
There was a lot. I'm literally kind of like, oh, are we done? Like, I feel like
we just started. Yeah. Yep.
Okay, but thank you for having me, Candice. I've loved this.
Yes. Awesome. Okay. All of you, if you have any questions, you know where to reach either of us, and we're always available to answer your questions.